Wow, what a night. Leaders, teachers, thinkers, writers, visionaries, and a clown. Whenever I meet somebody for the first time, inevitably the question comes up, what do you do for a living? That's right over there. For nearly 9 years, I have been Buddington, the therapeutic clown, at the IWK Health Centre in Halifax, Nova Scotia. For the past nearly 9 years, I've been, as Buddington, a proud member of the Child Life team. Now, Child Lifers help kids who are in hospital cope with the stress of hospital experiences. They do this through play, through developmentally appropriate language and education, and through distraction and coping strategies. And for the past nearly 9 years, I've been a very privileged and proud member of the Canadian therapeutic clowning community. Now, therapeutic clowns in Canada are talented, dedicated healthcare professionals. But more so than any of that, for the past nearly 9 years, I have had the privilege of getting to know countless young patients and their families, and to be with them on their healthcare journeys. Now, they've taught me a lot, and I'd like to share just a few of those lessons that I've learned with you here tonight. So, it was within the first year of me starting to work at the IWK. It was a Thursday afternoon, late in the afternoon, and I was walking down the hallway, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to make one more room visit. Because there was a room where there was a 17-year-old boy who had had a long, complicated, difficult healthcare journey. And he also had a 7-year-old sibling, a 7-year-old boy. As I was approaching the room, the 7-year-old boy comes out and he looks up at me and he says, "Buddington, my brother's dying." I froze. I had absolutely no idea what to do. Nothing in my training or experience to this date had prepared me for what was going to happen right here in this moment. To be honest, in the first year working, I pretty much stayed out of trouble. I knew how to wash my hands, I knew how to wash my toys, I knew how to distract kids a little bit, but that was about it. And here I was, faced with this real situation, and I was panicking. Not a clue what to do. He hugged me, looked up, and said, "Let's play." I said, "Okay." For the next 2 hours, we went next door into a room that was reserved for the family, and for 2 hours straight, we played video games, we played Play-Doh, we played dinky cars, we played catch, we made faces at each other, we did whatever we wanted to do for 2 hours straight, and at the end of those 2 hours, he said, "Okay, I'm ready to go back in now." So we walked in together, and his brother had passed away. I said goodbye, and I paid my respects, and I went home. I learned that night, I was taught, the clown was taught from a 7-year-old, that sometimes you don't need to know what to do. I'm not advocating a lack of knowledge. I'm in an academic institution. That would be foolhardy. But sometimes the knowledge you have here is not as important as the knowledge that's right in front of you, the knowledge of the present moment. I learned in that night that it's okay to not know stuff. I like this one. Okay, here. So there's a 4-year-old oncology patient, and Buddington and him, they were really good friends by this point. So one day I'm walking up to his room, knock on the door. "Can I please come in, please?" "Yeah, Buddington, come on in." "Okay." "Can I wash my hands, please?" "Yeah, Buddington, wash your hands." "Okay." "Can I please sit down, please?" "Yeah, Buddington, sit down. I got something to tell you." "Okay." Buddington? Yeah? Look! Look at that! Whoa. What is it? It's my port. They put it in me, under my skin. It's my port, and they're going to put medicine in there to help me feel better. Look at that. Whoa. Buddington, can I tell you something? Yeah, sure. It hurted. A lot. And I cried. Whoa. Then his mother or father said, you know what? You were really brave. And he said, no, I wasn't. I cried. It hurted a lot, and I cried. And I mumbled something about, well, sometimes when you cry and it hurts and you get through it, you're still brave. He's like, no, listen to me. I was not brave. It hurted, and I cried. Buddington? Yeah. Now we're going to play snakes and ladders, and I'm going to cheat. So we did. And he did. There's a quality that I think great leaders possess, and it's a quality of honesty, a certain kind of honesty, an honesty about yourself, an honesty about your own struggles, limitations, fears. That boy right now is nearly a teenager. He still cheats at snakes and ladders, but I would follow him anywhere. I learned from him and many other kids to be really real. Okay. There is an 18-year-old young woman. She was admitted to the hospital with a long medical journey ahead of her. She was there for about 3 weeks, and every day I walked past her room. For 3 weeks straight, I avoided her room. To be honest, she was almost in university. I thought I had little to nothing to offer her on her healthcare journey. I'd leave that to others. I showed up on the 4th week, and one of the nurses found me. She said, Buddington? I said, yeah? You are in so much trouble. Why? Now understand that a low level of trouble is kind of part and parcel of being a clown. If I'm not in trouble, I'm doing something kind of wrong. But she said, you have not been in that room. I said, I know, she's almost a grown-up. What am I going to do? Well, she's been asking for you, and she's mad. Okay. I was more nervous that day than I am tonight giving this talk. I knocked on the door, and I said, can I please come in, please? And she said, about time. I walked in. And that was the beginning of a relationship with a remarkable young woman. She understood some things. She had her family around her. She had her friends. And now she'd brought me, the clown, into the group of her people. And she had this remarkable capacity to laugh with her people, this remarkable capacity to play with her people, and to tell them what she wanted and what she needed. Fast forward a year and a half, I was driving home, and I got a page. I pulled over, called the hospital, and they said, listen, this patient is in ICU. If you want to see her, you should come back right now. So I turned around, drove back to the hospital, put on the costume, went upstairs, and I was greeted by her mother, who brought me into the room. Her mother was there, father, brother, grandparents. She said, Buddington's here. The young woman opened her eyes and smiled. Said, okay, now you're all going to sing. So we stood there. Listen, you're my people. I'm going to tell you what I need right now, okay? Sing with me. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. She passed away the next day. I'll never forget the lesson that she taught me. And please don't forget it either. Know who your people are and tell them what you need. This one's my favorite. I literally, truly, totally, in all honesty, cannot tell you how many times I've been playing with a kid and they said, okay, just a minute, buddy. Ah! Okay, let's go. I have been playing with kids who have played through barf, poop, snot, blood, brains that aren't doing what they're supposed to do, limbs that aren't listening to them, burns, hearts and lungs that aren't doing what they're supposed to do, but somehow they keep finding a way to play. I have nearly 9 years of evidence that shows that it's as important as drinking, eating the medicine, and people who love you. You need to play. And it doesn't go away when you're starting to feel better. And I also have a little tip for all the grown-ups in the room, because I think there's a few. It doesn't go away when you turn into a grown-up either. I know that you need to play. Play, I believe, is how we access creativity. Creativity is how we access innovation. Innovation is how we create new things and how we embrace new possibilities. You guys up for something? Totally, I know you are. Okay, all right, I'm going to count to 3. I want everybody to stand up, make the silliest noise they can possibly think of. You'll get bonus points if you kind of, do a little dance with it, wave your arms. Listen, adapt it if you can't stand up right now. That's cool too. I'm going to count to 3. Don't even think about it. It's dark. Nobody will notice. 1, 2, 3. And sit down. It was worth it to see some of the front rows blush anyway. I've learned through my work, and I want to have that to be one of the things that stick with you as you drive home tonight. Remember to play, and play like you mean it. It's really, 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 really important. Thanks for your time, and thanks for playing.